Evening, friends. It is Seal Night. I am Sequoia. I'm here with Legion. Legion, we have an Elder Titan and a Naga on opposing sides.
Yeah, we do. It's kind of a much more conventional draft than some of the ones we've seen in the Seal League in the last couple weeks.
So I think I love Elder, but he's got some inherently bad weaknesses. And I think Naga and even OD are pretty good at exploiting them. I did learn a new thing with Elder today in a pub game. Just in case you didn't know, if you launch the spirit when you're hiding in a forest, it is pretty good at revealing where you are. Just
Yeah, I
pro tip for anyone
imagine that it
who's
probably.
learning Elder. Ugh, I digress though. I really like Naga right now. The only bad thing about Naga is I think you do need another support hero that has some additional control. The Immobilize is insanely good, but it is only an Immobilize. It doesn't provide any actual true stun. The Sleep can be awesome, and it can be destructive, depending on how good your coordination is, and it will kind of test the altitude of the team, whether or not they can pull it off.
Yeah, I think the one concern with Naga is kind of her ability to make movements because she's not really able to do that. She's kind of slow, doesn't really get items a lot when she's a support. She's a good laning support, but not really a rotator. So you have to set up really good, middle and off lane lanes in order to have an effective Naga game. It feels like.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. I think her Riptide is a lot better than teams expect, and the amount of armor reduction it gives is just insane. I think it's like only 2 at level 1, but man, reduction of 2 armor at level 1 is pretty freaking good in the laning phase. I think it's.
I think Riptide has always been the max. I think that's always been the build, though.
Oh yeah, it's just surprisingly how good it is when you use it in early game. I think, like, especially in these lower level plays, I think people forget that a -2 armor can actually be pretty devastating to your ability to take damage. Especially since most offlaners have maybe 5 armor at probably the max. It's almost a reduction by 50%.
The thing that surprises me about Naga is the fact that she has like 7 base armor.
Yeah,
And that's ridiculous.
and
Like that's so crazy good.
she's got pretty good regen herself too, which so she can she doesn't right click terribly hard, but that's probably the biggest thing in the laning phase from her weakness, minus the thing you kind of talked about the roamer.
Yeah, and I think this Nyx's pick's really good. Like Odie is a strong hero, but the problem with picking him in the first phase is that he's kind of easily counterpicked. The Nyx kind of doubly so. Like he's a good rotating hero with the Vendetta. He's got the Mana Burn, the Spike Carapace. Like very good hero against the Outworld Devour.
I think the key of the Outworld is you want a hero like Nyx to just put in an unbelievable amount of pressure on him. It seems like he's still a glass cannon hero, but you let him get the right items, he can get he can start dishing out a ton of pain. That freaking Hurricane Pike is pretty good on him too. I mean, if he Hurricane Pikes a particular target, gets potential 4 orbs shot at him, and then can even re-engage with his ult and just lay hell all around the map.
The great thing about this Knights of Lil B lineup so far is that it's really going to force these heroes to buy BKBs. Like, Odie is not a hero that wants to buy a BKB, but if he doesn't, he's going to get stomped. He's going to get cast. He's going to get impaled in Mana Burn. Like, he kind of has to. And one thing that they were talking about, I don't know if you got a chance to watch any of the Bucharest Major, but one of the things they talked about was like how the Chinese teams like to pick sports that have things that go through BKB because the meta right now is very much like towards kind of forcing you to buy BKBs.
So kind of like the Noggin Warlock that Sea Monsters have.
Yeah, so like you see a BKB come out, if you sleep them, then maybe you get like a cool 4-on-1 situation or something, or like I don't know, it just sets up some different avenues for you.
Oh, there's a little bit of a more interesting pick from Knights of Little B, which we're fairly used to them coming up with interesting picks. The Weaver comes out. I like the Weaver. Really hard to deal with. And the only bad thing about the Weaver in this game is Naga can deal with the Weaver pretty good, unless he's got a Lincoln Sphere up.
He can ult out of the net if he really needs to. He's probably going to need to buy a BKB as well, honestly. With the he's not going to want to take the orb shots or the heal or anything like that. I don't think this is a very good Linken's game.
And
Monkey King, I don't really. I actually kind of like the Weaver against the Monkey King. Like, unless they have like a gem to where the Monkey King's just able to hit him constantly, Weaver can just Shikuchi in and out of battle, just kite the heck out of the Monkey King. So,
And throw bugs on trees if you want to like see if Monkey King's hanging out.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised you'd pick a Monkey King into Weaver. Not a
I think
ton
maybe
of
they're just
control.
going for like the team fight because I mean their team fight on Sea Monsters is crazy. Like if you get a good sleep into Rock, Monkey King ult set up, and then the hammer drops on top of it, like those are 4 big ults that can do a lot of damage. So they've got the Wombo.
10 seconds
I
remaining.
don't know about like the lane setup. Like Warlock Naga, if these are the supports, are a pretty weak support duo.
Yeah, the laning phase maybe. They could potentially get a pick on Weaver, but they'd have to really
They could
nail their hits.
Yeah, they could probably win one lane, but they're not. These aren't supports that are going to rotate and win you multiple lanes.
No,
Like
OD's
the
gonna be
OG
by
is going to
himself.
have to crush his lane. The offlaner, whoever that is, because I'm assuming it's not one of these heroes, they're going to have to crush their lane. Like there's very little support in the other lanes to be had by for Sea Monsters team.
Yeah, I wonder who. So who's a
So
good OD counter? Like who do you throw mid?
um, I don't know that you like completely counter the OD, but it looks like they
10 seconds remaining.
run at him. Maybe like a Death Prophet would be pretty
5
decent. For
seconds
Sea
remaining.
Monsters, they need an offlaner. I think Mag could be pretty decent.
What do you think of Clockwork?
Yeah, it could be okay.
I was just thinking someone to give him a little bit more initiation.
I think you're gonna want the Naga Sleep for the initiation, though. Really, like I think that's kind of her job is to go in and to set things up. The problem with Clock though is like with the Weaver and the Nyx, like who are you really hookshotting on? You're hookshotting on a Witch Doctor or an Elder Titan, most likely. Okay, they go tiny. So
Not a hero I was thinking, but I think that might work out pretty decent for him. Kind of.
so how are they gonna lane this is the question. Like is this just like a straight solo tiny off lane or they
I think they're gonna dual lane it.
10 seconds remaining.
Warlock with
I mean,
the
they don't
Monkey
really
King.
have great dual lanes either, though. Like, so you're gonna have a dual melee off lane with Tiny Naga. Like, I almost think you just throw the Tiny solo in a lane somewhere, depending on who this pick is. If this pick is a melee core, I think you just put Tiny solo up against them, and it's not okay. So Sniper, that's a good. I mean, that's a good hero to go against the OD.
Yeah. Stay back.
So it's gonna be Nyx off lane then. So I think I would try to find Tiny the one-on-one matchup with the Nyx and then throw everybody else. So he's probably gonna like safe lane solo, and then the other 3 go off lane. That would be what I would do, but I don't know what Sea Monsters is gonna want to do, what matchup they want to set up.
So you thinking you'd like to see an aggro tri lane out of Sea Monsters?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I want to. I would like to see the Tiny go up against the Nyx. However, they have to do that. Like, if they have to do a classic NA swap in the first 30 seconds, like, I think that's the matchup you want to set because Tiny against Weaver or a dual lane against Weaver is not going to win.
No.
It's just not.
I agree with that. Yeah, it might be a little bit of an interesting laning phase.
I think Knights of Little B definitely have like the better lanes, but they don't have the better late game. So it's going to be how well can they execute in the early to mid game.
I think they have pretty good potential of executing well, but the aggro tri lane might cause them a little bit of a problem. I guess we'll just kind of. It doesn't look like they're going aggro tri.
Prepare for battle.
I'm with you. I think that was the best move. Really like the sniper pick. think that was a pretty clever pick. Can kind of stay away from the OD, stay out of the action, and he should have very little roaming potential on him too. That's always
My concern. Oh, sorry.
I would say that's the only problem with Sniper I always kind of see is he's so weak, susceptible to being ganked.
My concern with the sniper is that if this Tiny gets Blink Dagger and gets on top of him, he's just gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, he's just gonna get burst every single time. And Tiny hiding in the jungle here.
Oh, he got spotted out.
Nyx knows what's up though. He's pinging all over the place.
Ooh. It's the only problem with Elder is he's so weak level 1. Yeah, he can hit you with the spirit, but that's about it. Nyx isn't going to be able to catch a stun either. Tiny's going to get out. He'll kind of throw the rotations off. Now there's 3 heroes here waiting for Nyx. He's
My question is, what is the point of all that? You used a tango, roamed all over the map, taking a bunch of right-click damage.
Do you think he was
Why?
trying to look at the courier, maybe? I mean, seemed to...
Yeah, maybe. Like, I don't know. It's odd for like the offlaner to be going for a snipe on the courier, but
Looks like we're going to have the Weaver over here in the safe lane for Little B. Sniper will be battling the OD. Looks like try versus try.
no, it's
Well,
Both.
yeah, both tri-lane, both defensive tri-lanes. It's Tiny kind of getting caught out a little bit, but he's just going to take some right clicks and be okay.
Nyx has been harassed all the way into the tower, so I mean, so far the Tiny hasn't quite been shoved that far back.
No, and Tiny is able to trade hits with this Witch Doctor fairly decent. Single cast going to come in. Again, the Elder Titan not able to provide much. Oh, actually throws the Elder Titan back in the tower. He's going to take 3 pot shots from the tower. Jeez. Does have a salve. We'll pop that. Bring him back to mostly full health.
Yeah, and this is kind of what I was talking about. Honestly, for both offlaners, having that one-on-one matchup is going to be advantageous. And if you're sea monsters, like, you want every advantage you can in the laning stage because you want to get to the late game.
Yeah. And how's OD doing? 7-2 so far, so right in line with what Sniper's doing. So far, trading an even lane. Does have double talisman up on the OD. Monkey King just slightly, actually pretty even laning phase so far. Supports over here from Sea Monsters trying to secure all the runes, make sure Nyx doesn't get any experience.
The runes don't have experience anymore.
No, I meant just from the lane.
Ah,
He's nowhere near the Monkey King hitting these creeps. You can't even see him. He's half a mile away. So you think they increased the tone because of the bounties not giving you experience?
yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, I don't know like what the thinking is. Like if they're just people are leveling or supports in general are leveling too fast, or that maybe that the cores were trying to steal the runes and the tomes, and I don't know exactly what the thought process is, but you can. There's definitely a correlation there. I just don't know what the math is.
I kind of like it, to be honest. I think it encourages your supports to try to be a little bit more active instead of just trying to secure the runes all the time, which I always find kind of annoying and boring. I'd rather stack lanes, to be honest. Really like that stack change, though. That's probably one of my favorite changes.
Yeah, but again, you're not getting experience. You're getting gold, but you're not getting experience. Like, I understand that like going for the runes was potentially problematic for some pub players, but it seems like a pretty big nerf to supports in general to take away their main avenues to experience. Because, I mean, look at the supports right now in this game. Like, they've been harassing the offlaners like crazy, and the two offlaners for sea monsters are still level 1. Like, they've been doing their job, they're just not getting any experience.
Tiny's actually going pretty deep here. Gonna get a couple tree hits on Weaver. Question is, will he be caught out? They're going for the sleep. He's actually gonna connect.
Ooh.
I'm a little surprised that connected, but they weren't able to find him. Kind of in a good tree. Oh, Nyx goes down. Looks like the Warlock grabs him. First blood goes to Sea Monsters. Do you have a good pirate impression for Sea Monsters?
I do not.
I don't either. I maybe try one later. We'll see. We'll just see how.
Where's Admiral Kunko in the game?
Ah, the Sea Monsters.
Supports are smoked up for a little B. Looks like they are going to roam onto the mid here for the first time. And that is the strength of these two supports, is they're much better roaming supports than the supports for Sea Monsters. I'm a little surprised that it's taken this long for them to move. And they're just going to go right after him here.
Ooh,
The Stomp
potentially
will
nice
connect.
cast. Going back and forth between the Siege Creep there, and Sniper should
One
be able
more.
to get this one. Yep, there it goes. Warlock came in, but I'm not really sure what a Warlock's going to be doing there. Nice Maledict. That should get him. Yep. Actually,
The Shrapnel picking up that kill, so good rotation, a double kill for your mid laner, and you basically have just secured this lane for him.
yeah, that's going to put him up quite a bit in farm. He was already winning slightly, or I guess tied with CS, but now he's going to start accelerating. That should give him his first item, which is going to be, yep, Phase Boots.
Tiny
Ooh.
getting a little bit too big for his britches
Yeah.
down bottom, and Truck Wiffle.
And Naga get caught out by the two support, or the Nyx and the Elder Titan, using that Elder Titan to land Nyx stun. I think Witch Doctor's a really, really good roaming support. His cask isn't 100% reliable, but man, if you get a decent cask, they're stunned so long for like a level 1, level 2 skill.
Yeah, I think the only problem with Witch Doctor is he's kind of a greedier support in that he wants to get items. Like,
Yeah, I agree with that.
he wants to get like a Glimmer. He wants to get Ags, hopefully.
I mean, he
like-
kind of needs a Glimmer at a minimum, right? I mean, you
Yeah.
can throw his ult and they may not be able to stop it, but it's not hard to stop it, especially when you look at the lineup that they have over on Sea Monsters. But man, you throw a Glimmer down, now you're gonna maybe you're gonna get a ult counter, maybe a rock or a OD or a sleep, something to try to kill him. I think it's a good trade when you're looking at a big team fight. This Weaver is doing really good work on this lane. Doesn't have his boots yet, which I think is kind of funny.
He's maxing Shikuchi, so he doesn't really need it. Instead, he can just kind of go for this early 4 staff, give him more mobility, help out his supports if they get comboed.
Comes Tiny, gonna take a look at this stack creep down here. Nice sleep. Yep, nice sleep is inbound. Gonna come up and smack him once or twice. He's gonna get his full combo off on Witch Doctor though. And the Maledict will not be even close, even less effective after this heal starts getting him up back and running.
Yeah, Truck Waffle's back at the tower getting farm, and this wasn't going to get there in time.
As we move over the net worth chart, Monkey King leads the net worth currently. Followed pretty close by Sniper though. I think you're pretty happy with that. Ooh, Tiny.
Yeah, Sniper going Mask of Madness. Not sure how I feel about
Does
that.
that seem a little greedy?
I mean, there are a lot of people that have been buying it lately, and it does give good early to early mid game damage. That's just the inherent problem of the squishiness of the sniper. So it's like you need that Mask of Madness up, and you need to like death ball it before the Tiny can get something to get on top of you. Or before this Naga hits 6, and she is nowhere close to it right now.
Oh yeah, level 2 still on this Naga. I think what you said is really true with the Naga. You need a hero that just synergizes well with her, and you got the Warlock and the Naga. They just don't really help each other out at all.
Yeah, they're great, like, in that team fight eventually when they're both 6, but getting to that point and helping your lanes to be successful, they're not exactly lights out at that. I mean, they did zone out the offlaner pretty well, right? Like, he's only level 2 right now, so it's not like they lost their lane or anything. But I think that they probably would have been more effective and gotten more levels if they would have tried against the safe lane try of the Radiant.
So I got a rotation here from Naga. Gonna pretty much lock that Weaver in. Are they gonna be enough? Oh, Weaver activates his time lapse and bounces out, and now he's on the hunt for Tiny and very likely gonna get it. But Tiny, too fast with the moves.
He was scared of the net and just backed off. I think if he gets in the trees there, he's fine. But
Now Naga's actually in a bunch of trouble, and the Witch Doctor Blast not quite enough. Oh, will Naga be able to stay hidden? Weaver's looking. Oh, didn't quite wait long enough. Weaver gets the kill. I think he was heading that way either way, so wouldn't have likely mattered.
yeah, and they get the OD mid as well,
Dire's middle
which is a
tower
big kill.
And forced a Monkey King rotation. Let Nyx get some valuable experience.
So far, things are going gangbusters for Lil B. Like, yeah, Satan's having a hard time in the off lane, but everybody else is doing pretty well. They're up 6-1. Their lineup wants to get online as quickly as possible, so as soon as that Nyx hits 6, I expect they'll probably start to group up and hunt for stuff.
And Sniper's got his Mask of Madness already. This tier 1 tower on bottom's getting pretty low. They were trying to get the net off, but not quite fast enough. Elder Titan was even there to break up the fight even more than it was already there. Actually, oh my gosh, that Weaver already does a ton of damage. Ripley just taking a ton of beat from those little spiders.
Yeah, that Blightstone plus the Aquila, it's a hefty amount of damage for an early game Weaver.
Yeah, 103 plus 10 already. That's... This Naga net is so slow, like the Weaver can just not time-lapse, Shikuchi out of it. He does pick up his treads. Is treads the boots of choice for Tiny? I don't play Tiny at all.
I'm not sure. As the Witch Doctor gets netted up here trying to go for the rune and pays for it with his life there.
Warlock picks up the kill again. I think I know he's gotten at least one other kill. Sitting 2-1.
It's pretty good for him considering how bad he's kind of struggled with levels so far. If you can get like early mana boots and have those once he hits 6, he can start to do a whole lot more.
Yeah, I think this is the hard part about Little B's lineup is they're getting to the point where we might start seeing some big items or some first items come out, and they kind of need to make sure they get those items and then actually accomplish something.
Monkey King has a Demon Edge already, so he's doing pretty well here. Treads Magic Wand, Aquila. Looking like a pretty good timing on the Battle Fury, and oh, Satan gets the stun off after the Carapace. 1 second till leap. There's the tree dance. Dead. So good pickup there by Skater. He's gonna have Battle Fury here in like the next minute and a half. And considering everything else that he's got before it, it's a pretty good timing.
Oh, he's almost level 12 too. Woof.
Oh, Sniper getting prisoned up in the mid lane. He is level 12 as well. Looking for the net here. It will
big
come out. The stomp
sleep.
onto 3. Cask hits. Maldic on only the Naga. Riptide goes out. not going to do anything. The Naga will fall, so a good turn there by the supports. The snipe was locked on for a second there, but canceled probably by distance or fog. Probably distance, not fog.
What a stomp. Just
Yeah,
walking.
having good vision, being in the right place at the right time. And that's what the ET does, right?
Yep.
Just ET things.
Radiant's
If you
top
get
tower
a
is
successful
under
stomp
attack.
like that, it's such a game changer to the fight too. It's almost like a mini Naga ult.
Monkey King taking out this nice little stack here that he's been setting up for a while. He's only about 600 gold away from Battle Fury. So, I guess I was off. I was thinking 15 minutes, but probably more like 16. Unless he's able to pick up like a sweet kill here. And it looks like they might go for it. Witch Doctor is hidden over there. The Warlock gonna move maybe right into the Witch Doctor, who is level 6. Instead, he's just going to move forward. Monkey King's going to throw out the ultimate here, and Satan just going to take Wukong's command to the face. He will die. Witch Doctor ult takes care of the Warlock to stomp onto the Monkey King, but he's not in range of the ward. He will get hit by the Earth Splitter, however. Now it's just a chase. Can they kill this Monkey King? He's running up through the jungles. He will jump up into the trees. He'll be fine.
That Monkey King ult just beat that little poor Nyx down.
Yeah, he had 1,400 damage in that fight, and basically all he had to do was Wukong command. And now, as soon as he can get to the shop, and he's got Battle Fury, so a little before 16 minutes with the Treads Wandikila. Pretty good timing there. And his farm is just going to take off.
Tower has fallen.
On the other side, Sniper just picked up his Maelstrom. He's going to be really increasing the amount of farm he's capable of doing as well. Weaver's going aggressive on Tiny down here. Looks like Tiny's just going to opt to beam out.
Radiant's top tower
Just
And he didn't even, he beamed like 200 units. Like, he beamed from
I don't-
there. Like,
Not really sure if that was necessary, but Naga gets...
I mean, he's probably right in that, like, he wasn't going to get away, but I wonder if it was like a misclick, and then the Weaver just assumed he was going home, so he's just like, oh, all right, and backed off, but... Oh, Elder Titan just stole a couple creep kills with the Spirit.
That Spirit doing annoying things.
Yeah, Monkey King gonna go SNY next. So again, looking to just really fight. SNY provide that sweet maim, good attack speed, good tankiness for this Monkey King who desperately needs it too. He is not a naturally tanky hero.
Looks like all the supports are at level 6 now, so it'll be interesting to see what team wants to actually commit to a fight. Been seeing lots of like just small little skirmishes here and then. And it looks like we're gonna have here a little bit of bottom on Weaver, but no detection, but the hammer comes out and just lights Weaver's world on fire. He goes back to the fountain for 45 seconds.
And Sea Monster is probably not going to be the team that wants to go out looking for big fights or anything. As the fight does come here, the Monkey King does not see the Nyx Assassin, jumps back up into the trees there. He's got a few seconds until he's able to leap aggressively down with the Primal Spring, but doesn't matter. Instead, Ripley, poor little Warlock, will be the casualty.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The Monkey King misses the Nyx with that Boundless Strike, and that could potentially have gone very differently. But I think, like I said, I think Lil B is going to be the team that needs to bring the aggression, probably wants to bring the aggression. They've got 6 on all their heroes. They've got some of these ults that they need. The Witch Doctor, Halt, the Earth Splitter. They've got the Vendetta. So really, I feel that Satan should be just running around and scouting things out and finding picks, but he's trying to farm up a catch-up Midas, it looks like. Monkey King is just going to continue to get bigger here, picking up another kill.
Weaver getting caught out a little bit here on bottom. He's going to get banished up. Witch Doctor tried to get a nice
Is under attack.
combo set up on the OD, but the cask bounce was not there. Now Monkey King just beats this top tower into submission. Satan give a little bit of cover, tries to go for the stun, does no, the Naga ult trying to help protect this Monkey King, but man, the sniper just sits in the back line and mows his ass down.
Yeah, the Naga walked away from the sniper there and actually allowed him to just continue to move into that Monkey King. She walks into the tower there, he gets out, but
Looks like we were trying to. Oh my god, he's like 3-hitting Ripley. Ripley tried to get the ult off, but not successful. ET's here now, going to throw out a stomp. Stomp is missed, and the 2 other cores will back off and head back to their side of the map. Truck Waffle hitting like a truck. A truck full of waffles. I kind of want a waffle now, to be 100% honest. I think every
Warlock is going to have to be very, very careful from now on. Like, he needs to stand as far towards the back of any kind of fight as he can. There needs to be vision around, because this Weaver can and should just seek him out every time.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had the mana break too, so he's hitting for, what is that, almost 200 a pop? Ooh. Over 200 a pop? Ugh.
Avalanche will come out on the Weaver. TP to follow. Bugs.
Oh god, Warlock. If you get spotted there, and Tiny beams to his tier 2 again. Oh, that's a pretty cool little play though. I like it. Weaver doesn't really care much.
Sniper and Sniper's up in the top lane here trying to seek out this Monkey King, but the Naga, she was invised up. I thought maybe she was going to try to help her friend out, but instead he's just going to leap through the trees here, try to kite away 659 and the Little B supports.
Oof. Truck Waffle on the run. Oh, ends up getting another banish out. Does get a very nice throw the ult. Boy, there's some hate for Truck Waffle.
Monkey King's gonna get caught out. He ran right into that. I'm not sure what he was thinking there, but runs right into the back of 4 heroes. Pays for it with his life. Truck Waffle does go down, but
oh man, here it comes. Do you go the Sequoia and Legion special? One of the specials of Dota. Do you go for the movement speed? Elder Titan, 200 health or 25 movement speed?
Actually, I think this is probably one of the few times that I grab the move.
I think I do. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. That's why I was very curious if we were going to disagree or not. But I just think I think Elder Titan is one of those heroes where positioning is probably even more important than usual, and it just allows whatever you can do to get his positioning easier. I think I'm all for.
Well, that, and I mean, he's a strength hero, so he's got a high base strength. And he's standing in. It's not like he's a frontline hero either, right? Like,
yep.
So he's got a high base strength, which means he has a high base, health pool, and he's gonna stand in the back. Like, if he's dying, you have bigger problems than 200 health is gonna do to solve. So he's actually picked up a Sange and is going to have a Halberd here relatively soon.
Oh wow,
actually.
That's interesting. That's probably not a bad idea for the Monkey King or even the OD. I kind of like the evasion on him too. That's not a bad idea either.
Monkey King farm has slowed down pretty considerably lately. He's going to try to go for the Weaver here. Gets 4 stacks of the Jingu Mastery up, and then Weaver just Shikuchi's away.
I'm really surprised Monkey King didn't grab oh, he has dust. It's in his backpack though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he can lock him down for long enough.
Oh, Witch Doctor gets picked off mid lane. Counter kill will be Tiny as we see Little B start pushing towards mid.
And that was a blink reveal.
Oh,
On the
man.
backside there, Weaver takes care of the Naga.
I just
So,
heard.
Yeah, whoops. A little out of position there.
I heard this blood-curdling scream from the Naga. That's all I heard. Looks like Little B are ready to do some fighting. Truck Waffle is hitting like, I don't know, I mean, he was hitting like a truck before. He's hitting even harder now.
Radiant's bottom
Hurricane
tower
Pike
is under
online.
attack. Dire's middle tower
Start
is
sieging
under
this tier
attack.
3. This is not what Sea Monsters want. Banish will come out on Weaver. Do some extra damage to him. Satan just popped the Spike Carapace right next to OD. Trying to see if maybe set up some sort of stun. Dust will hit Weaver. They do see him. Here comes the rock. Nice rock. Will we have some big chains? Chains do come out. Nice chains, but they weren't able to lock anyone down. Sniper somehow died on the front back line. I didn't quite see that one, how that happened. And now the banishment will come out. And it looks like the Senate will now die. Yes. Witch Doctor tried to get his ult out, but I'm not sure what he was doing. He wasn't even much of a distraction. Dire Team just surrounds him and beats him down to a bloody pulp. And now, Sea Monsters got a decent amount of gold and experience for that fight. And it looks like they want to take some towers of their own. Woo, that was a...
It shows the power of the Wombo, and they didn't even get a good chains off. Like, the chains were super late, that almost all the damage was done before the chains. If he gets chains off, and then they have the rock fall and everything else come afterwards, like, it's going to be even worse. So, Lil B needs to be very careful about their positioning.
And that Warlock ult must have just come off cooldown, too. I was looking at it before, and it was still down.
I'm a little surprised to see the OD go for the Blink Dagger and now going for a Sheepstick over the BKB. Like, apparently just not afraid of the stuns at all.
Boy, I'm afraid for him. There's so many stuns out. I mean, that Witch Doctor alone could completely CC him down to the point where he's not going to be doing much.
I mean, he is ultra mobile. He's got Hurricane Pike, Blink, and Drums. But I don't know if the mobility is worth... If it's worth it. I guess we'll see.
Pretty fast hero, too. I didn't realize.
He is 4th on the net worth chart, though, so it's not like he's falling behind or anything. It's just... It seems like his items kind of stack on each other in a way that he doesn't really necessarily need, because he's got the Tiny to initiate. But, I don't know. What do I know? Maybe they want to have 2 heroes jump in.
Yeah, I'm with you, though. I'm a little surprised. Maybe they're a little concerned that it might be too early for a BKB. That's the only thing I can think of with the change. There's not much. I mean, it's even more of a negative to proc those early uses early.
Satan run around with a point booster in his backpack. Throw those TPs in there.
Or the Quelling Blade, I think, at that point. You're kind of done
Well,
with that.
he's trying to farm with it. He's been moving from some of these jungle camps. It's not like he can really TP to anywhere that's going to be of much help immediately anyway. Halberd is complete on the Elder Titan. Looks to be going for the Meme Hammer next. Meanwhile, the Weaver looking for Daedalus.
Oof, that Weaver's going to hit. He could easily, with his double attack, one-hit the supports over here on Sea Monsters.
Yeah, he hit so hard that the Tiny's actually picked up a Ghost Scepter.
Oh, wow. That's not an item you really want to get on a Tiny.
Yeah, he's looking for a Force Staff next. I thought maybe he'd just try to finish the E-Blade, but
I mean,
guess
at that
not.
point, you might as
Ooh,
well.
Sniper
Ooh.
trying to go for something here. The snipe onto the Warlock.
Oh, God, the Warlock died so fast. Oh,
There's
wow.
the Meme Hammer.
It nailed the Meme Hammer. Seeing what they can do up here. As Weaver is here, starts laying down his pain. He's going to have to man fight this OD. Oh, God, OD locks him down and just throws down the hammer. Now Satan's going to see what he can do with Vincent's OD, but he wasn't able to get the kill, and he will be punished for that. 4 heroes go down, and the net worth goes down to barely a 1K difference.
The team fight from Sea Monsters is just crazy. Like, the Warlock gets his ult off, He dies immediately, and then it just doesn't matter from that point on. Like, I don't even think Wukong's command did much of anything in there, but then he was still able to throw a Boundless Strike to pick off the sniper. The OD kills too with the hammer. Like, oh, the tree ends up
Wow.
allowing the kill there. Like, it's essentially a team wipe right there. And Sea Monster's just showing what their lineup can do when all those ults are up.
Witch Doctor tried to get a clever cast down, but now he will be avalanched down and brought back to the fountain. Meme Hammer just crushes that tower. Fortify will come out, giving it some additional protection. Satan trying to see what he can get done here on the back line, but all he can really do is just Midas. OD not able to get much damage in the barracks, but their objective was taken. Tier 3s are down, shrines are available for their taking.
Yep, I mean, this is pretty basic. You win a huge fight, you take a tier 3, you take shrines. You know, you win another fight, you get Roche. And you go from there. Like, it's definitely snowballing the way of Sea Monsters right now. Which is kind of scary if you're Lil B, because your lineup is not really designed to go into the super late game. Like, the Weaver will scale pretty well, the Sniper will scale well. The other three heroes don't scale especially well. Nyx is still about 1,300 gold away from his Aghanims, and even with that, he's more of just like a defensive turret than anything.
I think the other problem with that...
Ooh, another silence
no.
setup here. All 5 heroes caught in this. What do they have for setup? The
hammer.
hammer.
The hammer hits! Here comes the Stomp, going to try to give some extra protection out. The ET ult will come as well, but the 2 heroes are already down for Little B. The Weaver is on the run. Looks like he will make it out, but he... Oh, wow, they end up getting both supports here. Elder Titan is now going to have to see what he can do, but... oh, here comes the orbs. Oh, God. They were from across the map. Oh, man, and the Nyx tried to come back in. 4 heroes down for Little B. The cores, except I guess OD's got quite a bit of damage done to him, but this Monkey King is in prime fighting conditions. They have 2 Cardis with him, and I don't think this tower is going to be alive for much longer. Oh no, the Weaver gets cut out. Here comes the Sheep Stick, the hammer. Oh, the hammer almost one-hits the Witch Doctor. It was almost just more of a casual orb blast to him that killed him versus anything else. All 5 heroes down for Little B.
Yeah, the Weaver, I don't think he knew about that Sheep Stick, so Mr. Mateo making me eat my words on that Blink Dagger as he blinks in, sheeps him, and there's just nothing he can do about it.
It's like, I don't need BKB Legion.
I mean, this game kind of felt like it was like the race to BKB, and neither team chose to get it. So it was like, all right, who could like punish that decision the most?
We sent them an invite to our race, the race to the BKB, and they all declined, and they decided to do their own race.
But now, you know, the dire Sea Monsters have a couple items that really can punish them for that. They've got the Orchid on the Monkey King, and he's got a Nullifier now as well. You had the OD with the Sheep Stick, so there's some pretty important abilities that could potentially force BKBs, or at least force the need for them.
Well, Little B
Lil B feeling some pressure.
Yeah, they want to see if they can get something done with the smoke. Naga's semi on their path. I don't know if they're going to run into her or not. She's kind of heading the other direction.
The Tiny Bot Aeon Disc. Interesting.
Is he
Is he worried about, like, not getting off before he... Because he jumps in, he should just throw his combo down, and then he's, like, good, right?
Yeah, you'd think so. Warlock will get his Glimmer Cape off. The Weaver won't get the kill, and now Weaver's going for another juice, maybe a little bit of a juicier target here for the Monkey King. Monkey King trying to get to that tree, but he doesn't stand a chance. Now Weaver looking for his secondary kill. Maybe a little dessert.
His Warlock almost died, like, in the lane here, and he was still farming that camp. Like, that is the dictionary definition of greed. Like, look in Webster's dictionary, you'll find a picture of this Monkey King right next to it.
Radiant's middle barracks
I can
are
confirm. I looked it up. It's true.
Weaver does have his Daedalus now, and guess what he's got queued up?
Oh, the BKB. Apparently he is coming to our little party.
Satan has finished his Aghanims, just waiting on the delivery. The Sniper finishes a BKB too, so in the race to BKB, Sniper 659 wins.
Now, Satan has that Scepter online, working on a lens to continue just making that high ground defense as hard as he possibly can. Dire have their scopes out for this Weaver. Two heroes will converge. Weaver Hurricane pikes in. Oh, but he got caught out. The OD throws down the orbs and the hammer to finish him off. 76 seconds for the Weaver is down. And Legion, he does not have buyback.
Yeah, he's about 100 gold short. I don't know if that was because he bought the Daedalus or if he did that before, but we'll be maybe in a little bit of trouble here, although sea monsters are kind of spread out. It looks like they're going to elect to go for the Roshan, so with the Weaver down, they want to get Rosh. Get this Aegis on. Probably the OD, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think OD's, well, maybe the Monkey King. I guess it just depends on what they want to do.
And Tiny's got a gem now as well, so they've definitely got ways to deal with this Weaver. He definitely needed this BKB about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, because I think he knew he was in trouble there, and he could have BKB'd and TP'd out. Or BKB'd and Sakuchi'd out. And you were right.
top tower is under
The Ages of the Immortal goes toward the OD.
Which feels like he's kind of the more important hero right now. His ultimate's doing a ton of damage. He's got this Blink Dagger that he's using to jump into the middle of team fights. The Monkey King's kind of been standing on the periphery of things and just throwing out Wukong's command. So he's not quite in as much danger. He's almost level 25 here. And if he can get that plus 100 Wukong's command armor, that could be nasty. I know that the one additional ring is pretty cool because it like makes it gigantic, but adding 100 armor to everyone that's standing in Wukong's command basically guarantees that you're not going to die.
Yeah, I mean, you like, especially if you have a BKB at that point too, right? I mean, that's so much armor. It's kind of insane, really.
Like, I know that it like gets less effective after a certain point, but still, it means you're going to basically have max physical defense.
Yeah, I mean, I think it.
Or as close to max as
Yeah,
you can
it's
get.
something like 70% it can get to. I mean, that's a lot of physical defense plus a BKB. You're gonna take so little damage.
Sea monsters actually smoke and head up towards their cores.
A little surprised they aren't being a little more aggressive with this Aegis. But looks like they're pinging over here. They want to get some more farming done.
I don't think they really need to be in any hurry. They're not on a timer in this game. They've got to be feeling pretty good with where they're at right now. The shrines are down. They have Aegis. They've taken a Rax and a half. Like, they really don't need to force it.
Oh, the Monkey King picked up a Nullifier as well, and he has a Silence Stick.
Yeah, he had the Nullifier. Yeah, I said that.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I
we were talking
apparently,
about BKBs.
I apparently wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, he's had that for 5-6 minutes now, probably.
Satan actually picked up a pretty decent timing on that lens. High ground defense will be a little bit more difficult.
Oh, 4 staffs in there. The sniper. I thought that. Oh, he is in trouble. He gets hexed up here. The orbs will come out. Mateu drops the hammer just to be sure.
Uh-oh.
The stomp stopped by a silence here. Here comes Wukong's command. The tiny.
Oh.
I don't think the tiny sun connected, but everything else did as the Weaver just implodes and then instant buybacks. Gonna force sea monsters out. The Naga Oh, throws out a pretty good mirror image there to dodge a little bit of damage. The snipe comes out onto the Tiny, but really not going to do a whole lot. Slows come out from Ripley. Shikuchi forward by Truck Waffle. Warlock sacrificing his life for the betterment of his team.
That was a sacrifice if I'd ever seen it. Oh, guys, just keep running. I'll slow him down. Yeah, that
And
was.
BKB is in the queue for the OD now. It's also in the queue for the Monkey King. So again, you just forced out 2 buybacks. You've got 7 minutes to farm up your BKBs and go again. And the next time could be the last.
60 int steel was picked up by the OD.
Yeah, I don't think you really need the spell lifesteal. I mean,
No,
you're not having a problem with dying. And if you can keep that intelligence on you for a whole minute,
Yeah, that's.
you're gonna
I mean,
you're gonna hit for so
60
much.
is so much. I mean, how much does it normally steal?
No, it's duration.
Oh, okay, duration. Okay. I was gonna say 60 seems insane. That makes way more sense. Yeah. I mean,
So he gets to seal that intelligence for 140 seconds.
oof. That's a long time.
Yeah, he gets almost 2.5 minutes of whatever int he gets. So if they win a team fight and then there are buybacks, he's just gonna have like 80 stolen intelligence on top of, like, pretty good.
Yeah, the worst part is if he holds his ult, he could wait till the buybacks, and as soon as the buyback heroes show up to the fight, just throw down the hammer, and they'll probably all just die.
So I actually don't think I've ever seen this Tiny talent before, or like seen someone get it. The toss requires no target.
What
That's
does
actually-
that do?
So it means that you can blink on someone, and even if there's not a unit to toss them to, I think you can toss them. So it's like you could just toss them wherever.
Oh, that's weird.
So, I mean, theoretically, then you could like jump in, toss an enemy like out of position, and then your team could just like jump on them. But they are smoked up here. They're going towards this bottom lane. Sniper is here again. Can we have a repeat? We do. Here's the blink forward. The stomp not going to come out in time as the hammer and Boundless Strike come out. Now we've got the Naga. Silence come out. Wukong's command, Meteor Hammer, all going to connect onto the Weaver. He's going to die. Both heroes are out. Full team wipe in about 5 seconds, and Satan calls it right there. The Wombo in full effect for Sea Monsters as they dish out 8,500 damage in the blink of an eye.
Wow. That was... Wow.
I mean, I think that was just kind of what we talked about going in, right? Like, Knights of Lil B were on a timer. They couldn't quite hit the timer. Like, the Weaver had a really good game, really good start, did really good damage. But, you know, as these kind of lineups tend to do, they just kind of fell off and couldn't recover.
All right, guys, there is one more game tonight, so we will be moving that as soon as I fix our title screen, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Good evening, everybody, and back to Seal Sunday Evening Amateur League Season 3. Legion and Sequoia here. We're just catching the end of the draft. We were talking all sorts of fun stuff on the sides. Legion, quick thoughts on the draft.
I gotta say, I really like the Sea Monsters draft. Once again, the Knights of Wilby opened up with the Clockwork, and the response was Jakiro Shadow Fiend, which I think is a really good response. Yeah, Shadow Fiend is a little bit susceptible to the clock shot, but Jakiro, really nice partner with the Ice Path and his ultimate. Then they pick up the Witch Doctor, who did a lot of work in the last game. Again, we have very mobile supports here. They have the Underlord, who I really, really like. On the other side, Knights of Lil B 659 going to be playing that sniper again, most likely. We've got the Faceless Void Ogre to round out the lineup. The one thing I notice about Lil B's lineup is that their supports, if it is a Clock Ogre support duo, which I don't think it's going to be, but even if it is, much better at moving around and providing lane pressure to multiple lanes. So that is definitely an improvement. I think they need some kind of... Actually, I think the Clockwork might need to be a support and pick up some kind of range core hero here. They need some kind of more damage, I think. Like, I don't think Void and Sniper are going to be enough.
Yeah, I actually really like Clockwork's support. I think he gets a lot done. I'm just surprised how well I think he works. I think he sometimes makes people panic a little bit too, and he's just able to run in there, get him in the cogs, and get a pretty decent battery assault on him too.
Yeah, I almost... Like, I don't know if... Maybe Knights of Lil B play it so much that it was going to get banned in the second phase, but I just kind of question its first pick ability. And so they go with the Leshrac, so... Does provide more damage. It's magical damage as opposed to right-click, but he is a core. If they do play him, the core that can provide that damage across the board. He's kind of a risky pick, though. He does not farm especially well. He's not going to be able to hold down a lane on his own, so he's definitely going to need support if he's a core. I have to imagine that he is, though.
Yeah, I think
It would be very odd to have like a carry Void with an off-lane Clockwork. Like, there's
Yeah.
not really synergy there.
Probably not. Not very likely, at least.
So I wonder if like Knights of Lil B will like do an aggro try with the Lesh Clock Ogre and then just give Satan the safe lane for free. He should be pretty okay against the Underlord. They can trade hits for eternity. He can time walk off the Firestorm damage. There's a hero we don't see a whole lot. The PA. Potentially a good PA game. They don't have a lot of counter in the early game, but Sniper and Faceless can both carry Silver Edges. They can both carry MKBs. And Satan's magic damage does not care about that. And it actually looks like Satan's going to play the Leshrac. So
Offline Leshrac, or is he gonna think he's gonna take the front?
it could be like an offlane Lesh with the supports up there, like I said, and then maybe Truck Waffles, or maybe Satan's the Lesh player, and or Truck Waffles the Void player. I don't really know.
Very interesting. Be kind of curious how these lanes kind of turn out. Well, game
remaining.
2 of this 2-game series will start in just a few seconds after the players pick their heroes, and we will get this party started. I think laning will be... Oh, man, that's a sweet Clockwork set. I don't think I've seen that one before.
I think that's the newest treasure chest a little while ago.
That Void is actually pretty freaky looking, though. Oh, Satan jumped back on Clockwork. We don't get that sweet Clockwork set anymore, unfortunately. Oh, nope, we're back.
Both teams just swapping around, I guess.
All right. Let's see where we are in the laning phase.
Prepare for battle.
Chris.
It does look like Truck Waffle's going to head towards the safe lane. And Satan is on the clockwork, does end up on that, so will be an off-lane clock. Very, very odd decision to me, honestly. Yeah, getting 6 on the clock is important, but like, what is he really hookshotting into? Like, I guess maybe you're trying to go for like a double bubble type strat, where like clockwork hits on one, and then the void hits on like 2 or 3 separately, and then they kill them. I don't know, one at a time. Not really sure what the plan is, what the synergy is here.
I love Jakiro's taunt too. It's one of my favorites.
30 seconds to battle.
He was spamming it earlier. So much all chat in Seal League. Alright, looks like we have a little bit of action over here in this lane. Dr. Satan's gonna take some damage, but looks like he'll easily grab that, but I think it might cost him his life. He's actually gonna take a bolt for this other rune though, and he is able to get it, but he is gonna die for it. And the Jakiro's gonna get the kill though. Oh, actually, Witch Doctor got it. Oh, that's not really what I was expecting.
I think the Jakiro hit missed.
Oh,
There were two
okay.
autos that went up the hill there. Clock had a small chance to get away from that if both of those attacks would have missed, but not quite able to do so.
But he was able to secure 2 that were, wow, Little B collected every single rune on the map. Not too upset about that, I bet. The Senate's playing this Underlord. Oh boy, my brain is
This
not working.
Overlord.
Overlord. Need more
Playing
overlords. You must construct additional pylons. And my brain is just not working at full functionality this evening.
Dire's bottom
Ogre doing ogre things here. Throws out the ignite onto Mr. Mateu and bullies him back into tower range.
They do love them Smoger though. I think it's hilarious. Oh, no, not gonna get a smack off that time. Ogre does have his Venom Orb up and online. Gonna actually give him 2 smacks that time.
I mean, Ogre is really good at what he does. It's just that what he does is not very flashy. Like,
Oh, it's true.
I mean, if you want somebody to just go mindlessly harass someone and to throw Bloodlust onto carries that actually do damage, then, you know, you found your man.
Oh, Ogre man fighting against the Jakiro, and he is definitely
Mr.
winning.
Mateu has to Fairy Fire. 659 almost getting off there as the Radiant Courier dies.
Oh, and now Jakiro forced to salve out. Oh man, this courier is actually being pretty brave right now. Oh, okay, they're microing him. I thought he was gonna head back mid lane. Jakiro came back bottom. See how this void is truck waffle. Get some right clicks on that overlord. Nope. Ogre's back, throwing Molotov cocktails. He's trying to bullet his SF as much
Satan kind of giving up on getting anything in his lane. He's going to try to rotate on Mr. Mateu here. He's got double damage. Trying to rotate through. The Ogre does not have the ability to stop Mr. Mateu. Satan
Oh!
walking into a tower here. Yeah, he's
taking-
DD'd and he's got battery assault, but now there's a cask in here. The tower, he's going to die. 659 going to walk into tower and Shrapnel will finish off the Shadow Fiend, so they do get that kill. It is a 1-for-1 there. Looks like kind of a crazy play with not much upside there, but they do get the kill on the mid laner.
I'm a little
Turns out to be
surprised.
slightly in favor of the Radiant, though.
I'm a little surprised that they even got that kill. Sniper's reaction time was a little bit off there. Now, Satan's
No,
back on the bottom lane in quite a bit of trouble. I don't think he's going to get out of this. But, oh, there we go. The cogs finally expire, allowing PA to get out of that battery assault. Battery assault also ends, and now going to run into his maker, the Jakiro. Help.
Yeah, they could have actually killed him sooner, but the Jakiro actually walked into the cogs twice. I think part of that was fog, but he did bump into him twice.
Ooh, nice bash up here on the... I'm going to always say overload. I said it jokingly last time. Now, I'm all thrown off. I'm tilted, Legion. Tilted. Oh, actually, Leshrac coming up here. Might actually get a pretty decent edict off. It doesn't really seem to be doing a whole lot, though. First hit bash. Oh, misses the stomp. And now they're going to have to back off. That edict didn't even look like it was hurting him.
Yeah, it's only 9 damage per explosion, level 1. So unless you're like getting unless you get all 40 of those strikes on you, it's not really gonna do much. And plus, Underlord's got the atrophy aura, so he's gonna reduce damage by 10%. So he's gonna take even less than that.
Oh, Leshrac misses the stun again. I don't think it would have actually resulted in a kill, but
I'm honestly surprised that he decided to go for a skill point in that. Mid.
Whoa.
Whoa, TP reaction
all sorts
galore
of
here.
TP reactions. Yeah, one is going to get canceled. Shadowfiend actually took more damage than that I was expecting. Ogre just has those illusions up and balls of steel just charges the Shadowfiend, forcing Jakiro to come back here. Tries to get a dual breath off, but not able to connect with the sniper. Underlord try. Oh man, another missed stun from the Leshrac. The edict does come out, but as you were saying earlier, it just doesn't do anything. It's barely tickling this Underlord.
Yeah, the Split Earth is just such a tough ability to land, especially level 1. Michael Jackson stunned the rune area there. I'm not really sure what that was about, as Satan dies again in the bottom lane here. Was heading for the rune himself. I believe he got it, but he did die for it.
Another hard game for him. He's had 2 hard games this evening. These tri-lanes just causing him all sorts of problems.
This is the life of an offlaner in this current state of the game. Which is why I think a lot of times, like, trying to get those one-on-one matchups is really important if you want your offlaner to do any kind of early game contribution. As the Ogre just dives into the tower once more and lets Sniper pick up another kill.
Yeah, as bad as the offlane is going for him, they got Shadowfiend twice. We're able to net a gain on that one as well.
Yeah, Shadowfiend's about 1,000 gold behind the Sniper, which is pretty huge. This PA, though, she's got pretty decent farm. Got Aquila, 900 gold. Satan wants to go in here. The cask is going to come in, as does the Maldict. He tries to deny the tower, does not do it. The PA gets that and gets the kill as well.
Ooh.
So she picks up a sweet 500 gold right there. She was sitting at about 900 plus the boost Aquila. Now she's got 1,500 all of a sudden.
And has her level 6 online. She can start critting ridiculous high amounts of damage. Void does have his Chronosphere online, but doesn't really have the type of damage output that PA does.
She is going to go for this Battle Fury. Has picked up the Ring of Health and has it coming to her currently. Almost has enough gold to pick up the Void Stone.
I'm honestly surprised she just didn't go for the deaths of this game.
But yeah, I think again she kind of wants to go late. Like I think sea monsters don't really have a problem with this game going late. Like the Leshrac is really good in the mid game, but late game, nah, Like Void kind of falls off a little bit. Sniper is really the only hero that gets and stays consistently good.
Ogre As fat as his armor will protect him, was not fat enough nor armored enough to protect him from that onslaught of radiant damage. Sniper mid. Almost level 8. Think about the Shadow Fiend, they did put a lot of pressure on him and he's only level 6, but Shadow Fiend flash farms so insanely well. Oh, Satan finds a random Jakiro. Able to get a kill there for his sniper. Giving them a little bit of gold. Really close game so far. Nice regen rune picked up. Bring his mana to full. Ooh, got an invisible. Shrapnel is going to be popped. TP rotations. Oh, Satan's here too. Oh, Underlord wants some action here too. Battery Assault is in there. I think that is a dead Shadow Fiend. Satan is going to have to sacrifice himself for the betterment of his team, but it's going to get an Overlord kill and a Jakiro kill. Oh my, and oh god, he's got a hook shot. Tries to go for the Witch Doctor, but not quite enough. Oh man. He went from, I thought he was
Jakiro
gonna
not
die
having
there.
a point in Ice Path turned out to be a pretty catastrophic leveling mistake. I mean, I don't blame him because I usually tend to think Ice Path is not the greatest of his abilities either, but in that case, he really could have used it to save the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, that went. I can't believe how well that went for Satan there. Able just to not take enough damage to get basically contribute to 3 kills. Jakiro. He's got the 202 build. Be curious if he decides to opt to go for one in the Ice Path next level. Satan will have Hookshot online here in 10 seconds. I don't think he wants to run into PA though. And she is on the move heading down. Hookshot is available and he opts to use it and he's gonna land it. Jakiro trying to come in here. Gonna get a little bit of extra damage. Oh, but here comes the Ignite. Ignite does land on the PA. Satan's doing some pretty good work, but he will get finally annihilated. But here comes the Sniper L, picks off PA. Target secured for the Dire. See if they can get something done with this Ogre, but he is just so tanky. That Maledict. Level is that thing? Level 2. Wow.
They want to try to steal this this camp now.
Both teams are kind of battling around it. Looks like the Lestric's actually going to get caught up by the supports from the Radiant. Here comes the Witch Doctor ult. Starts beating into Lestric. He is maledicted up. Oh, Witch Doctor's pretty low, but not low enough. Ogre going to pop his wand, giving him some additional health, but he is still going to die. Same with Lestric. Now Sniper's going to be caught out. He's going for a TP. Will another ult come from PA? No. Wasn't able to get it. Satan is back in the fray. Another Hookshot is ready. This Clockwork is... He's died a lot, but boy, he's getting some decent kills, or at least contributing to some decent kills. This Sniper is 5-0-2. Haven't seen anything from this Void yet. Has he dropped his Chronosphere at all yet?
He has not. He's just been kind of content to farm so far.
Kind of like Skater. I mean, this PA is 2-1-6, but the fights have been coming to her lane. She hasn't really had to go a lot of places. She went mid once or twice, I believe. Now there's Chronosphere.
There's the Chronosphere. Picks off the Witch Doctor, gets a nice double kill for the Dire. And here comes the Ogre. Ignite on the Jakiro. He's slowed up, time dilation up, and now he will be beaten down by the Void. And I think the Lestric actually hit that stun too. And the little B kind of turning on the pushing machine.
And this is kind of what their lineup's good at. It's another early game lineup. It's get 6 and push. Like, you've got the pick-off potential of the clock, just like you had pick-off potential from the Nyx. You've got the good burst damage. You've got a good AoE ult coming out from the Void. Like, very mobile team that wants to go out and find kills early.
objective. Got a tier 1 tower in the mid lane too. Shadow Fiend is struggling to hit farm. He is opting to go a Midas. Try to do some catch up.
There goes the PA.
Dire's
This is the little B that we kind of expect to see, right? Like run at you. Like it's kind of a weird draft, but we're gonna just use it to run at you, get some kills, snowball. It's what they wanted to do last game. They just weren't quite able to do it. This game they have a little bit better lane presence. It feels like.
Yeah, I mean, I think a little bit's to do with their supports, right? I really like their supports this game. Fleshshark hasn't been super effective yet, but he's zoned out Overload a little bit. But man, the Ogre has done a ton of work. I mean, like we've said, Ogre does only one thing well, but man, he does it really well.
And I mean, I think the Lesha has done decent damage in some of these fights. It's just not as flashy to see, all right? Because he's throwing out edicts. You know, we're looking for stun hits, and he hit one in the Chronosphere, and he hit one other one, but this is what Leshrac is in this match for. Like, he's in this match to put edict on towers, and he's quite good at it.
Yep. And Clockwork did a really good job pulling those creeps out.
Oh, did that
they
not see him?
I don't think it
No,
did.
he's just on the edge. Like the edge is right here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Second edict will get absorbed by the shield, and then the creeps.
Witch Doctor can't really. He's gonna walk out here. This ward's going to spot him.
Oh, now they know he was in there. Satan not in a position for a hook shot at this point. Ogre. Doesn't have his multicast up. That's actually a little bit interesting. Opting to get another point with his other skills.
I guess
Fire Blast is only level 1 and doing 55 damage, so maybe just wanting to get a little bit more right click or sniper. I mean, really, he's the only one that needs it.
Yeah, it's actually probably a reasonably smart plan considering what their game plan is.
Or maybe he misclicked, you know? I've done that before.
I have never done that before.
I don't believe you.
Shadow Fiend may be in a little bit of trouble here, as I think that they may have seen him.
His races are down too. All he has is his ult. He's caught out.
I don't think they did, actually. They pinged up in that direction, so I thought maybe they were going to. Now the courier is going to get spotted out by the Shadow Fiend.
Bottom tower
He's actually going to run up by the Ancients here.
Oh!
Will
he
get the snipe
got
on it.
And now they know where he is. Will the hook shot be there? Oh, and it is! Hook shot nailed! He got the courier, but he will be punished for it. I think he's actually pretty okay with that, though. I mean, as a death, well, and then Underlord that too. Oh, but Void
Darkwaffle may be in a little trouble.
does get a nice time dilation off. That'll probably be her last leap.
She had another one in about
yeah.
3 seconds. A little surprised that she didn't try to continue on in that.
Apparently just deciding that getting the Battle Fury up is priority 1, and she's only about 150 gold away from that.
That makes a lot of sense then.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Void has a Battle Fury of his own, though, so Master Madness Battle Fury.
17 minutes with the treads. Quite good game for Truckwaffle so far, but he had a great game last game too. Just kind of the nature of his hero in the draft
Didn't allow them to capitalize off that. Can Satan get the tower?
Radiant's top tower is fallen.
Their objective claim for Little B.
And the Shadow Blade picked up here for the Void, so Silver Edge probably on the menu fairly soon after that. Get rid of that PA evasion. You can do that, she's just going to melt.
Yeah, that's the problem with PA is there's items out there
Dire's
that
middle tower is
give
under
you
attack.
basically nullify one of their abilities. Does have her Battle Fury up online now. We'll just start splashing out crit damage all over the place. Witch Doctor sitting at level 8. Darkwaffle, level 15 though. Already has 2 talents up online. plus 100 time lock damage. That's just brutal. Alright, we're gonna play the other game that of Legion and Sequoia. Should Underlord get mech?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I see it
No.
all the time in pub games. I
It's,
don't.
for some reason, it hasn't trickled down into pubs yet that mech is a garbage item.
Is under
Yeah, and
attack.
I don't. Yeah,
Like,
I can't remember the last time that I have seen a mech in a pro game or in a game that was like 5k above. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
as Mr. Mateo dies again.
He's having a hard. This is not his.
Oh,
Oh,
and
the witch
First
doctor
hit bash.
completely.
Oh,
Throws
nice
down
chrono.
the Chronosphere, gets them both. Macropyre will provide a little bit of extra damage, but man, that level 4
Radiant's
Bloodlust just allowing Truckwaffle to go ham on those support heroes. 3 heroes go down, and Little B increased their net worth lead by 9k. Looks like the PA picked off Leshrick while we were kind of checking out this mid lane here, but you know, I think Little B okay with that. They're gonna pick up an objective, and now they actually might go against PA. Satan not gonna get the cog off.
Dire's
No
bottom
vision.
tower is under attack.
Let's see her get out.
But yeah, mech's just one of those items that it costs, and we've talked about this a lot, so I don't want to talk about it too much more. Like, it just, the cost effectiveness for what you get is not good. And with Underlord especially, like this game, there's a lot of magic damage out there. You've got Ogre, you've got Leshrick, you've got the Snipe, you've got the Rocket Flare, you've got the Time Lock.
Bashes, which are magic damage.
So you thinking pipe?
So I think Pipe is good. I think that Crimson Guard would be good. A Blade Mail would be excellent. I would take any of or all of those items above Mechanism.
And for
Honestly, Solar Crest would be pretty good too.
I think with mech, I mean, you can have almost your pick of that too with how much it costs, right? I mean,
Lotus Orb also would be. This is also a very good Lotus Orb game. You can throw back Lightning. You can throw back any of the Ogre spells. Throw back the ultimate from the Sniper. I just really don't like mech.
no, me neither.
Especially like Underlord's mana pool is not especially big, and his spells cost a lot. Like
To me,
every time he wants to toss out Firestorm Pit of Malice, it's 275 mana. Like,
when to me, like mech really locks you into getting Greaves too, and
which I think Greaves are okay. Like compared to mech, Greaves are pretty good, but for an upgraded item, they're not that good at all.
yeah, they're very expensive too. I mean, it takes you a while to get all that farm required, especially for an offlaner.
I think it'd be different if like. So I wonder if like the Frog should consider getting rid of the recipe and just saying that if you have mana boots and mech, that they just make Greaves.
Wow, that'd be good.
It'd be good, but like I don't think it would be too good. Like I think that it might be balanced,
You
honestly,
still
at
have
that
to
point.
get mech, which isn't a very good item, and then in order to get, so you gotta get that first, and then it just turns into Greaves. And if anything, the recipe needs to cost less, because isn't it like 1,600 or something crazy like that?
Yeah, so right now, Guardian Greaves costs $54.50. The recipe is $1,700 of
Oh,
that.
yeah, that's a lot.
Radiant's
That's just a
top
lot of
tower
gold.
is under attack.
So like 5,000 gold, you can buy bots plus one of the items that we were talking about earlier, or you buy two of the other items that we were talking about earlier. Like,
Void has his silver edge now, so PA is gonna be in all sorts of problems if he runs
Radiant's
into
top
her.
tower has fallen.
Jakiro gonna get picked off.
yeah, the ogre running around doing some dewarding there, and ran into a poor little twin-headed dragon.
His taunt did not save him this time. Now we got the ogre trying to see if they can catch his PA out. She's kind of scurrying in the forest here. No scan's been triggered yet. Ogre will be walking by.
Satan might walk right into her though. Oh, he does
Oh,
not
he
go
does
up in
not
there.
go up
It
there.
looked like he was going to.
And she is out of there, but Roshan was taken from the Dire, allowing them to probably continue their progression on taking objectives. All the outer towers are down. I mean, really, their ultimate's online. Maybe Satan getting a little more mana. They're ready to go high ground or try to get some additional pickoffs.
Jakiro does have a sentry, but I don't know if they know about this Silver Edge yet. They haven't placed it in a spot. Okay, now they've placed it out in front, so they'll be able to see the Void if he tries to approach with it now. I think that the plan, though, is going to be to have the Clockwork flare up and then go in, and then the Void can time walk in, get the Chrono. He can Silver Edge right before he hits the PA, take away the evasion, then murder her. He doesn't necessarily need to initiate with it.
And we got a smoke up here. Probably try looking for some pickoffs, but sea monsters they be staying in their base, matey. There you go. That was for you, Legion. That was just for you. Oh, Shadow Fiend doing some taunting action. He's had a hard game. Helps him detail a little bit. 3 and 6 in the Shadow Fiend. All of Little B kind of already in this bottom tower. Want to start the siege. You have a cart.
Truck Waffle. Sorry to interrupt, but we talked about the level 20 choice the Faceless Void faces in 82L last week, and this time Truck Waffle decides to get the 500 time walk cast range instead of the attack speed.
Yeah, and I like that actually quite a bit better, especially when you have Mask of Madness.
And you've got Shadow Blade as well. Like, you don't really need Blink in this instance. Like, I think generally the time walk range is better.
Yeah, I do too.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, I guess if you didn't get Mask of Madness, it probably has a little bit more of a case for it, but
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Sea Monsters kind of showing their muscle on this uphill defense. Can't really get the creeps in there. They did actually aggressively force staff the sniper up too, but they weren't able to capitalize on it. Uh-oh, Truck Waffle. He's in line. He looks for a Chronosphere. Gets 2. Witch Doctor out, gonna give him some protection. Here comes the Witch Doctor ult. Looks like Shadow Fiend is still gonna die. The Ages of the Immortal will be popped. However, the supports lost their ults in that. Truck Waffle very, very happy with that kill. He's actually re-engaging on these supports. Oh, the Underlord isn't tanky enough to take on this Void. He's doing what he can. Truck Waffle looking for a kill, just not able to get it. Shadow Fiend, actually, Leshrick died. I wasn't even sure how he died in that fight, but he did. Tier 3
He
goes
got
down.
rooted up in Jakiro ults.
Ah. Looks like that's probably all they're going to accomplish. Even though Sea Monsters is substantially far behind, they have a pretty decent uphill defense. So now it's time for the classic time to clear shrines.
I mean, it's just like last game, right? Like,
Yep.
you have an advantage, but there's no point in throwing it away on an uphill battle that you're not going to win, right? You only have 3 heroes down there. Clockwork's top, Lesh is dead. Back up, kill shrines. Roche is going to be up potentially, 4.5 minutes. There's DD here in top, though. I mean, you just go collect that, kill a shrine, regroup, wait for this Void ult to come back up, probably.
Yeah, I mean, at a minimum, I think you need to wait for the Void ult. And Shadow Fiend bought back in that? No, he didn't. So,
MKB is going to be next for the sniper, so once that's accomplished, PA really will have nowhere to run. Looks like Sea Monsters want to try to do something. They smoked up, but as soon as they did, they moved back into their base.
maybe a little bit of concern for what's out there. Oh, the Shadow Fiend gets hit with another freaking Satan ult. Here comes another Chronosphere, gets 3. 2 heroes sit next to each other. The mech, it just doesn't do anything. The Witch Doctor's gonna immediately get deleted from the map. PA just didn't even really accomplish anything, and she's already at half health. Little B showing how tough they are when that Chronosphere's online. And they're just gonna wait for it to come back up and do it again, and I don't know what Sea Monsters can do about it.
Yeah, it really feels like they need to find some kind of way to do the initiating, but they really don't have a hero that does that. Like, even the Underlord is not an initiator.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
PA elected to go Manta instead of BKB, so she really doesn't want to jump into these fights either.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised she didn't go BKB actually. Oh, and there's
Yeah,
the
MKB finished. Things are just looking better and better here for Lil B. Butterfly up on Truck Waffle.
And I think we have a Chronosphere up and out. 30 seconds. Not too much longer left. More pain, I think, are heading Sea Monster's way very, very soon. All the ults are coming back online. 9 seconds for Chronosphere. Sea Monsters, at this point, I think they're completely thinking high ground's their only way back into the game. 24,000 gold deficit at this moment in time. They are able to kill Truck Waffle. Get a pretty dang nice bounty. I think that's kind of what they need to focus on. See if they can somehow bait this Chronosphere on a weaker hero. Get a nice Witch Doctor all. They were able to bring him down when he had his Aegis. God, Sniper's 0 and 8 and 0 too. I almost think maybe like a backward, like try to bait up that Chronosphere and then try to pick off the Sniper in the back line.
Yeah, I just don't know how.
I don't know how you do
that.
it. No, especially when you don't have shrines, you can't TP back there. It's gonna have to be a very clever smoke maneuver. Oh, it's just an illusion, Little B. Oh, Sniper thinks there's PAs up here. Clears the wave out. PA's kind of playing with fire. I don't think PA wants to engage this Sniper all by himself. Does have Manta style. Gonna send his illusions down. Gonna do some backlining. PA's gotta be so careful.
Mr. Mateo's in some trouble here. The Chronosphere onto 2 catches the Shadow Fiend and Underlord. Witch Doctor's gonna throw the cask. Little move forward by Truck Waffle. Didn't quite go as far in as he wanted to, probably. PA will blink in and make him back off. Sniper not quite into the battle yet. Neither is the Ogre. So things will kind of reset there.
Did you see PA jumped in on that Void, took 2 swings and missed both attacks. It's not where you want to be as a PA. Satan will actually miss his ult for once. I think it's the first ult he's missed this game that I've seen.
Oh, the leap forward.
Oh, nice. BKB is online from Void, and boy, Mateo's in all sorts of problems. Oh, the Ogre kind of got in the way of Satan there, but they're going to claim that Rax either way. Sea Monsters had to buy back on the Shadow Fiend. They want to see if they can get something done. But man, Little B, quick withdrawal. They're way back out now in safety. All these
Yeah, Roshan is up. You will have cheese. They can go get that and rinse and repeat. And they're up by 30,000, so they should be feeling fairly comfortable. But at the same time, I can understand the desire to not throw anything away.
especially since they'll go 1-1 in this series with Sea Monsters. I don't know where either of these teams are ranked.
Time is money.
But I know we follow Little B most weeks here on Seal. And I think, except for 1 week, they've taken all 1-1-1s, so... Oh, another illusion from this PA will cause them a little bit of problems, but it will swiftly be taken out. Leshrick actually got a Ghost Scepter now. This PA, I don't know what you can... I don't even know how you would play PA at this point. Oh, the Ogre got the freaking Meme Hammer. Oh, big man's been found. And here comes Truck Waffle. They will obliterate this Roshan. Him at 659. Cheese is on the ground. That sweet, sweet Gouda. Gonna be pulled up on the sniper. Alright, Sea Monsters has the high defense battle of their lives ahead of them.
The impurities.
They're gonna have to kill this Faceless Void twice. Basically kill Sniper twice as well with the sweet, sweet Gouda. PA is gonna have to just hit the right targets and get some amazing crits here.
Two-faced.
Shadow Fiend, that Midas, still not putting him very high up on the net worth chart. He's just sitting middle of the pack right now. Isn't able to accomplish much. And Little B, they're marching down. They're getting ready. They smell the victory. It's Void, 27,000 net worth. He's almost double what the PA has in terms of net worth. Oh, he jumped in there. I thought he was going for something. He does opt to go for the backtrack, which I like quite a bit. Satan goes in for this Underlord. Underlord now caught out, already down at beyond half health. Chronosphere going to get popped here on 3. Now Truck Waffle activates his BKB, just shakes off that Shadow Fiend ult. Truck Waffle don't care about that thing. Now Satan going to go even further in here. Drone for this PA, gonna get the PA. Truck Waffle takes out the Shadow Fiend. And now Little B, they own the Radiant base. They are all up. They are all at very, very healthy health. And this base is falling like mad. And Mateo tells it, GG, well played. The series goes 1-1.
Is under attack.
It was just a tale of two games. Both times, Lil B wanted to get active early on and snowball to victory. They were able to do that in game 2, just not able to do it in game 1.
Alright guys, that finishes up for this Seal evening. I think there's a couple more weeks of group stages, and then that will move in the playoffs. And we have a special treat this week here on Thursday where we'll be casting the grand finals of the 82L. Is it the Crusader or the Herald League? I can't remember what to call it. Crusader League. So definitely check us out for that. That will be at 9 o'clock Eastern. That is a best of 5. So good way to prep your evening before PGL kicks up, which will be happening later that evening as well. So Legion, anything to say before we wrap up for the evening?
No, follow us on Twitch. You can follow us on Twitter as well. I am at Legion170.
And I am at AJ Morse, and we are all about Dota. We'll see you on Thursday.